YouTube? It's Deesus, and I'm showing off my new Secret Mage deck. As far as I know, this is an original deck. I did not copy it from anybody, and this is just something I kind of came up with today, theory crafting. It does stick with a lot of your traditional rogue stuff, but I like to think mine's a little bit different. So we are going to use Ignite. So for those that are not familiar with the card, it will shuffle a copy of itself into the deck that deals one more. We will go through this deck fairly quickly, and I'm hoping that this system will keep us from fatiguing. We will have 3 ice blocks in this deck. We have the 2 that we run, plus we have a Magister that's going to give us another one. Of course, my opponent would be a Mage. I'm hoping it's not a mirror match. That would be very upsetting. It looks like he's running a 40 card deck, so I don't imagine that it will be, but you never know. So this deck runs 2 spell counters, 2 minion counters, plus we have the minion that lets you pick to either counter a spell or a minion. So some pretty cool stuff. Well, it's an interesting prop. 5/6 is pretty beefy, pretty strong. Of course, it's going to be a mirror match. We do have a lot of draw in this deck. Oh, I guess he's just going to quit. Well, since he quit, we actually have time for another one, and I will keep talking about the deck. Hopefully our next opponent stays. Alright, YouTube, we are back. This time we are going against a priest. So, again, kind of what this deck has going for it, has a lot of draw power. So we have the Mech Beast card. It's a legendary to let you draw, I think it's a copy of each one of your secrets. So that's going to give us some draw power, and then we also have the legendary where each secret that has actually activated, each friendly secret that is activated, you get to draw a card. So between those two, we're actually going to have probably about 10 card draw, give or take. Probably on the average.
Jade Serpent guide you.
It's pretty interesting. I've not seen Lore Weaver in quite a while. Whenever a player casts a spell, put a copy into the other player's hand. So that's interesting for sure.
Just to see you.
Okay, well, we do not want him copying our stuff. That would be annoying. I'm sure he has lots of res stuff. Now we get to counter a minion. It's a pretty good one. Nice.
We come from far, just to see you.
I refuse to give him cards.
Light cannot exist without the dark.
Let's see, this will actually do nothing for him. I actually really love this secret right here because it'll summon a copy that attacks the enemy hero. I don't think I have a holy spell. I might have a shadow spell in here.
Light cannot exist without the
Possibly. deck up.
My hand is full.
Let's see what he does. Sure has some resurrect cards as well, but I'm gonna kind of wait and save my spell counters just a little bit longer.
Doesn't get cheddar than this.
Wow. I hate that card in this situation. Nice. Unless he's got something really wild, I feel like we have this pretty locked down.
Your signature is required.
Look at that.
Good, if he summons a minion or a spell, we are going to block it. I know I've said this a few times on my streams, but I really think Objection is probably among my favorite cards that came out this expansion. And I use the word favorite sparingly because I hate this card with a passion when I'm on the receiving end of it. Because it is so frustrating.
Look at that.
You literally can't play anything.
Quite unfortunate.
That is funny. He like literally wasted his turn. It was like, wow, so strong. That would be frustrating. I would be very mad. And we give him a bunch of useless cards, so there's that.
On the dotted line.
Okay, so we are going to do another block to his spell. Summon a minion. I'm really surprised that we have not drawn either of our cards that really is supposed to replenish our hand. So at this point, we have 2 out of 14 chance of drawing what we need. For those of us that can't do math, that's 1 out of 7.
Hey, good tickets don't come cheap.
Draw 2 cards, very cool. Probably not going to worry about drawing 2 cards though.
On the dotted line.
Again, that is super weird that we did not get the card. I was expecting it. Anyway, it's a pretty strong deck. That was kind of a weird deck to go against. I wish that I had a better opponent to demo this so that you guys could really see how good it is. I'm going to go ahead and kind of go into the deck real quick, just kind of explain my theory craft here. Alright, so obviously we have the Cabal Lackey. The next secret you play this turn costs 0. I mean, I feel like every secret mage is going to run this card. Same with Ancient Mysteries. This allows us to both draw a secret and make it cost 0. We have 2 Ignites into this deck. I play these as soon as I draw them. We have quite a bit of draw in this deck. Our deck's going to get pretty small pretty quick with all of the cards that are going to be activating our secrets. So, with that said, I'm hoping that, this will at least come into play a couple of times and help us close that gap. This is actually our win condition if our secrets do not kill them first. Mad Scientist, again, this is more like a secret mage staple or any secret deck staple. Death Rattle, you're going to put a secret from your deck into the battlefield. Counterspell, another staple card. You can't do Secret Mage without blocking people's spells. It counters it, so it's like it never happened, which is amazing. Explosive Runes is another amazing card. Not only is this going to give us some damage, but this is going to kill what they play. Ice Block, obviously, for the sustain. Then we have our Karen Tor Mage right here. We have 2 of those. The next you play this turn costs 0. We're going to have quite a bit of draw in this deck, and so sometimes we might be overwhelmed with secrets. That was kind of the idea here. However, the cards that I have to actually help me draw, I did not draw. So I'm actually kind of tempted to swap them out right now. And looking at what I have, I'll probably do something like this. And just kind of see where we're at. And then we have the Netherwind Portal. After your opponent casts a spell, summon a random 4-cost minion. I see pretty much every secret mage running this. It is very strong. If you can get it on the curve, it helps give you control of the board. I mean, I was got really lucky. Sometimes RNG's on your side, sometimes it's not, but there's some pretty decent damaging 4-cost minions. Objection, again, one of my top cards for this expansion. Countering a minion as if it was never played. That is absolutely amazing. I mean, this blocks so many cards. It can block Patchwork. It can block Morgawin, or the card that every turn you lose 3 health. It can block so many good cards. Shudderwalk, non-existent with this card. Very cool. Vengeful Visage, that's another decent new secret. I only am running 1 currently. Actually, I think I only have 1. Ironically, as many packs as I opened. But this one is after a minion attacks your hero, summon a copy of it and attack the enemy hero. This can do some nice gap closing on damage. It can be just overall really helpful. Blade Master Okani is another excellent card. You can either counter a spell or a minion. I think it's wonderful. Cloud Prince for damage. Subject 9, that's a card I can think of the name of. This is that mech beast I was referring to. So with Subject 9, being able to draw 5 different secrets from your deck is really good. Most of the time, we are at least going to have a couple, because you can see we are running a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different secrets. We have the Crystal Runner, and we have the Conjurer, just for some good minion drops there. This guy is going to help us draw cards, and this guy right here. So the Savage Seer of Dark Moon, you guys draw 1 card. Each friendly secret is triggered. And then our Magister Dawn Grasp is we get to recast a spell from each school you've cast this game. So that's basically what this is going to give us. It's either going to give us an arcane spell here, which is going to be a waste because we're probably going to have most of our secrets drawn, or we're going to get lucky and we're going to get another counter spell. We might draw 2 cards. It'll for sure play Explosive Runes. It'll for sure play Ice Block. So you'll for sure get those 2 at least. I don't know if there's any changes I really want to make while I'm theory crafting. There's definitely some good secrets. I kind of feel like this might be useful having in there. want to swap out though. I feel like there's a good bit of draw already. This is actually a very strong card. I was playing Orion for a little bit in this deck, and I really didn't think it was that good, to be honest, whenever I first heard it. But what it does is after friendly seeker is revealed, cast a different mage secret, gain +2/+2. So the +2/+2, none of that matters, but the fact that you can often generate a couple mage secrets is pretty interesting. I actually had some pretty insane combos where like my counter spell triggered, and then I ended up getting another counter spell, or my counter spell triggered, or my objection triggered, and I ended up getting another one that was just happened to be what I needed. So it has a chance to be pretty strong. Now, I have tried a 40 card variant of this. Just was not all that great. I just couldn't draw the cards I needed. One thing I could do is I could swap Subject 9 out. Because we have Frost, Arcane, and Fire spells in here. Is there a good Shadow Secret? I don't think so. Nope. And I don't think Mage has access to Holy. Oh, oddly enough, the Sunwell you get Holy, okay. Might not be a bad card though to include. Because our Magister Dawngrasp will be able to plug that, obviously enough. And we're almost always going to have a full hand, so this isn't necessarily going to give us a whole lot, but it could give us something if we don't have anything else to play into. Let's see, it would be nice to have something. I know these are great cards, but I feel like those are good. And then also I was thinking about, for more draw power, if I really wanted more draw power. There's a card that really comes to mind because we're playing with several schools of Magic here. What if we had Multicaster in there? That would be really strong. That kind of makes me almost want to run a 40 card deck. Because if we did, we could run 2 of these. Obviously, we'd have to do Rena or Renthal. Let us add the sheep in there, and I'm thinking probably one of those. Rigged games. Pop. Well, do I want this one? Yeah. Go pop one of those in. One of these in, because I'm assuming we're going to have quite a bit of draw. And then we can do Subject 9 in there. So it's going to give us a little bit more draw. We have no more frost spells, because that would be the thing we'd have to be careful of. We wouldn't want to use a frost spell outside of our ice block. Against better judgment, I'm going to do one more game. Alright, YouTube, this is going to be our last run after our modifications. I was just kind of excited to see what it's going to look like. Pretty excited to see if we have enough draw, because that was the whole reason why I stopped running Rinthal, is I just didn't have enough draw power, but this opens up a few possibilities for us. What we get here. See if we have enough draw with our changes. And after this, I desperately need to go to bed. I've stayed up way too late, and I have a long day tomorrow. It is currently 12:51 a.m. here, and I have to be up at 6 a.m. for work. So we will block whatever minion he drops. Oh, concoction deck. I'm actually excited to kind of see how he builds his deck, because I'd be interested in playing concoction. I've played this deck before and have some tips on concoction. Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you think about my secret theory crafting, and if you would add anything, or if you feel like you have seen this deck before. I feel like mine's definitely different. All that draw power, and we have not drawn one yet.
Symptoms will be severe.
Okay, there we go. There's our draw power. See what he's up to already. He's only up to 2 right now, but we have lots of secrets ready to go. So many secrets. Come on, cast a spell. Play a minion. Whatever you want to do something. Excellent. There's some of that draw power. Spell block.
You brought me back.
It's not meant to be.
Well. Oh no, it's 3 for 3. Granted, I feel like we really haven't had a fair run with what this deck can do. I'm going to keep playing with it tomorrow and see if I can hit diamond. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll send you guys an update. Alright, YouTube, I gotta get to bed. It's good hanging with you guys.